G'day everyone, my name is Dave and I want to ask kind of a weird question. Are you breathing right now? Of course you're breathing. I mean, we inhale and exhale without even realizing it, but what does your breath have to do with your faith? In this video, we're going to show you how one of the Hebrew words that can be translated as breath in the Bible can also mean so much more. Well, I want to welcome you to Israelu. We know that the Bible can be confusing and you want to get more out of it, which is why we want to teach you some Hebrew words that will transform the way you read the Bible. What kind of learner are you? Do you learn by hearing things or by experiencing things, or maybe you're a visual learner? When my daughter was really young, I noticed that she was a visual learner. So I was able to connect with her and teach her biblical truths through photos that unpack the stories and lessons in the Bible. The Hebrew language is very similar to this because it's a language based on word pictures and symbols. Because of this, Hebrew words, more than English, are able to convey emotion and experience, not just information. Words in Hebrew often create images, like in the book of Isaiah, where the prophet writes that God arrives like a rushing tide driven by the breath of the Lord. What an awesome image of God's power and beauty. I mean, when I read this verse, I'm reminded of the way that the ocean crashes over the rocks at the shore near my house. You see, I recently moved back to Australia with my family, and we are now just a few miles from the shore. And as the tide rolls in, the waves are unstoppable and have this immense power when they hit the rocks, which reminds me of God's consistency and power. The Hebrew word we translate in English as breath in Isaiah 59 is ruach, which means spirit. So Isaiah is saying that when God shows up in a situation, it is with the unstoppable power of the Holy Spirit with him. Paul, an early follower of Jesus, shared an idea about the power of God's Spirit too, when he wrote, "The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you." I don't want you to miss that. Paul is saying that the Spirit who arrives like the unstoppable power of a rushing tide lives in you. So that means if you're facing an obstacle today, God is able to work through you with the power of a rushing tide. Isn't that encouraging? Do this with me for a second, okay? Breathe in and breathe out. I just wanted to remind you that the breath and the Spirit of God is inside of you right now. The ruach of God is present and available to you today. So how does that help when you're going through a difficult situation? Well, first, it means that you're not alone. So the next time you're facing a tough situation in life, I want you to imagine the ocean tide coming in and the waves crashing over the shore. And each wave is bringing hope and peace and truth into your life every single day. So this week, I want to encourage you to take moments throughout your day to focus on inhaling and exhaling. I mean, it's happening whether you realize it or not. Just like the Spirit of God is at work in your life and your circumstances, whether you notice it or not. God is always with you. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, make sure you check out israelu.org. I'll see you next time.